Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to London ahead of the first press conference of the entire show on December the 10th. A huge night of boxing, of course. Anthony Joshua defends his IBF world title against Eric Molina. Scott Quigg returns to action in a world title eliminator. Kauya Fai bids to become the first man from Birmingham to pick up a world title. Callum Smith also on the bill. Luis Ortiz, the heavyweight. Katie Taylor makes her second fight. And a wonderful British light heavyweight title fight between Hosea Burton and Don Charles' charge Frank Buglioni as well. It's a huge night, and it looks like from the feedback that this is the one that's really grabbing the attention. Not just the British heavyweight title, but official eliminator for the WBC heavyweight championship of the world between Dillian White and Derek Chisora. I think it's a fight that's been brewing for a long time. You know, we know two quality heavyweights, both operated at a very, very high level, and there's certainly no love lost. I think the build-up's going to be exciting, and we hope for a very exciting fight on December the 10th as well. I'm going to start by speaking with Derek Chisora's team, and a man on the end of the table who is definitely, could say, the backbone of, I hope he doesn't mind me saying, the smaller hall shows, because he's certainly branching out now with English and Commonwealth title fights as well. It's a pleasure dealing with him, and he's getting the ear now of a lot of bigger name boxers as well who are acquiring his services, and that's Steve Goodwin. Steve, a big fight, and we know you and your team are confident going in ahead of a huge show on December 10th.
There's no doubt. I mean, Derek is back with Don Charles now, which we believe is going to make a massive difference. He's focused, he's fit, he's motivated, and we believe that the best Derek Chisora wins this fight, and we think the best Derek Chisora will be turning up on December 10th.
Thank you. Nisei, it's a pleasure to be working with you again. You know, a great fight between Pulev and Derek Chisora recently in Germany, and a big chance, big opportunity, not just obviously a domestic heavyweight fight, but now a fight on the world scene as well.
Yeah, it's great to be working with Eddie and of course Matchroom again. We've had a lot of good nights together. And I expect no different on December 10th. Like Eddie said, Derek was very good against Kubrat Pulev. He lost narrowly, but he showed that he's still got a lot to give. And I believe teaming up with this man on my left again, you know, I think you're going to see an even better Derek. And I'm not to talk too much because, of course, Derek and Dillian, I'm sure, will have a lot to say as well. But you know, I think this could be the one that steals the show on the night, and I think the fans are in for a very big treat.
Don, obviously a rich history with Derek Chisora. Your man Ian Lewinson came up just a little bit short in Glasgow for a heavyweight title, so you've had some time to see Dillian up close. You know it's a big fight, and I know a fight that you're excited about.
Yeah, I'm always excited about these fights. Dylan performed really well in Scotland. He was victorious over my guy Ian Lewison, and but like I said, Derek is a different proposition. He brings something totally different to the table, and I'm not going to say, I've usually got an awful lot to say. I'm not going to say a lot. All I know is that Derek's a different proposition.
Thank you. And Mark, had a lot of quick fights in succession with Dillian now, obviously 3 fights over a period of what, I think 3 or 4 months, and now the biggest of them all. A real chance to shoot up the world rankings as well in a big domestic grudge match.
Yes, it's a very good fight, a very important fight for Dillian, and he's getting better each camp. He's getting stronger in every department, wiser as well, and he's maturing up really nice, and I'm very confident we'll get the result.
Del, it's a pleasure to have you here on the top table, and a pleasure to have you on the show in a very big fight. You've been in some big fights throughout your career, obviously Klitschko, David Haye, Kubrat Pulev recently, and we know this is a fight that you fancy big time.
Yeah, I know, first of all, I'm saying thanks a lot to everybody who came and support the sport I love and the sport you guys love as well, to all the journalists. You know, give a shout out to Eddie Hand, you know, Team Silent for making this fight happen. You know, it's a big day for most fighters on this bill on the 10th of December in Manchester. You know, for me, I've lost 6 fights. You know, people write me off, but now you can't write me off because, you know, I'm like the herpes, you know. One minute I'm gone, 1 minute I pop back up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to see the doctor, get a pill, and I disappear, and then suddenly I come back up. You know, like it is what it is. You know, like, you know, talk about my opponent. There's nothing much I'm scared of my opponent because he don't bring much to the table. He's got good selection punches, which is okay, but he hasn't got power punches, which can scare me. So I'm looking forward to the fight. You know, me and Don, you know, we go back together. You know, when we split, you know, it was like mutual split, and I told him one day we'll do it again. And now we're back together. You know, can't wait.
Obviously, we know you like the build-ups to fight, but also you know boxing inside out. How do you see the fight playing out on December the 10th?
Oh, all I see is Dylan on the canvas. He's going to go on the canvas.
Derek Chisora by knockout?
Yeah.
Dillian, you've had a big run of fights recently, and one of the great things dealing with you is that you don't say no to fights. And this was a fight that you wanted, a fight that you've got, and we know you're looking forward to a big night on the 10th.
You know me, I love to fight. I show up to fight. The other fellow over there, he does a lot of talking. Sometimes he's short, sometimes he doesn't. So we'll see. But I just want to send a message out to his father-in-law from now. It's a message to Michael. If Derek Chisora ever touch Emily, reach out to me and I'll sort him out for you, mate. I'm going to start on December the 10th, but if he touch her down the line in the future, I'm here. Just reach out to me.
Talking about the fight, how
Sorry, we didn't get that. Do we need a translator for that? They don't want to hear that. We might need a translator.
Derek,
Speak up.
you can't even
Please.
speak. What are you on about?
Just speak up.
What are you on about?
Just speak up, please.
Just speak up, please.
Yeah.
Speak up.
Talking about the fight, how do you see the fight going out? Derek's confident of a KO victory. You feel the same way? You've had a lot of rounds recently, a lot of guys that stood in front of you, but you feel like you can take Derek out inside the distance.
Listen, Derek is deluded, as everyone knows. He thought he was going to go to Germany and KO Kubek Pulev. He turned, you know what I mean, in which we see he went out there and stacked the place out. He showed no ambition and no heart in that fight. All he did was come forward and keep getting hit in his face all night long. And the same thing's going to happen again. But this fight, I'm definitely looking to knock him out. You know what I mean, I'm feeling a lot stronger, as everyone can see. I'm looking a lot stronger, my shoulders are a lot better. You know what I mean? When you have surgery and stuff, when you come back, it takes a while for you to get back into your rhythm, get back into your routine, and to get everything back strong. And now, it's the right time, you know what I mean? Arts market will take you being punched a lot sharper, a lot faster, and a lot harder. For this fight, I'm not looking to go points. I'm looking to put a stop to Derek Chisora's career. You know, he's been nickel and dining and living out of boxing now. And I think a lot of people want to see the end of him now, and I think I'm the man to put the end to that.
How do you rate Derek Chisora as a fighter in terms of the levels of the opposition you fought before? Obviously, he has huge experience against some elite fighters.
Listen, he's a tough guy, you know what I mean? Each game he will try, but I just think his time is done, you know what I mean? The good thing is he's got jobs so far back and to be a bin man in London Council or something, Finchley or something, I don't know. You know, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him Thursday collecting the bin in my neighborhood after I put the beat down on him.
Derek, how do you rate Dillian as a fighter? We know you've sparred some rounds together as well, coming through the ring.
When we're talking about fighting, you know, this is the God honest truth. You know, when Dylan came on the circuit, when he was doing kickboxing, that's what he was doing. You know, he was raw. You know, he was good. He had that non-fear factor in him. You know, every time we sparred, I knew he would bring it for about 4 or 5 rounds, and after that, I'd take over. You know, I personally believe that, you know, his old trainer he had was suited for him because he was more like he had something to prove, and I believe now Dylan has gone backwards because he hasn't got the rawness which he had when he stepped up when he came up in the scene. You know, his last fights, you know what, I believe that we had the same back-to-back fights when we were in Germany, when I was boxing in Germany, you know, 10 rounds, 5 rounds, you know, all those rounds. You know, he boxed the kid called the Rhino.
You struggled with guys that put away in a few rounds though, Derek.
I don't
That's
know.
mean
What was the round?
gave you a lot of problem. I put him away in a round and a half.
Sorry, one
So it ain't got
second.
nothing
Sorry,
to
one
do with
second. Can I ask you a question, man? How come you didn't put water at the table, bro?
Huh?
Yeah, but there's no glass. I was looking to bust one in your head, but there's no bottle. Yeah. Eddie,
Yo,
you
bring me water,
tradition.
please. But it's like you boxed the Rhino kid great. His first fight back with 0-2. I could not judge between that because he was coming from an injury, and then he boxed the kid, which he could easily knock out in a couple of rounds. He didn't knock him out. He boxed Ian. And he couldn't knock Ian out.
You said Ian was going to knock me out.
Yeah,
Look what
I said
you,
Ian will
you
knock
both,
you.
I need a trainer said Ian was going to knock me out. Look what
We
happened.
said Ian will knock you out in
Dominant
4
Ian.
rounds, but he did
I
knock you
broke
out in
Ian's
4
spirit.
rounds. We said it. We
But
said it.
Ian been beating you up in sparring though, you know this.
Listen, man.
Only thing you do, you got a little bit better engine than Ian, that's all.
Okay.
Ian's a much better fighter than me.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something you need to understand. I'm not getting TV money for this fight, so me selling it for you, I'm not gonna do
Yeah,
that.
you're a bum, that's why you accept
Exactly.
money for the fight, because you're a
Like,
bum.
I'm a bum, yes.
Yeah,
I'm sitting on a bum right now.
makes no sense.
It does make sense. You
Go
know
beat
what?
up some women, man.
It is what it is, man. Might want to bring out my boss,
Listen,
whatever,
Derek.
man. I don't mind. It's cool.
The,
It's cool,
the difference
bro.
between me and your last...
Yes, please tell me.
Yeah, the difference between your last 3 girlfriends is I can defend myself, so you need to watch yourself. Simple as that.
Mate, and they're all fucking buff. They were
You just
all
need to watch yourself.
They were
I
all
can defend myself. Simple as that.
Mate, it's alright, man. It's not gonna get crazy as people thought it would get crazy in this press conference because I don't need it to get crazy, man. I think the board have made enough money off me on my back. So for me to, you see, what he's failing to understand is, I am the headmaster of this school. You don't get it.
You're not the headmaster.
I am the don. I am
Listen,
the one.
what
I am
happened
the
to
one.
What happened to the last dog he was responsible
I
for?
am the one.
What happened to
You
the last
know?
dog you were responsible for? You
I
couldn't
am
even
the
take care of
one.
it.
You see,
You know.
you're missing the point. And he say I'm the dog.
What
I
happened to
said, I am the
Chewy? What
don.
happened to Chewy? Don't worry, you'll be joining Chewy soon.
No, please. Everybody will be going there soon anyway.
Everybody will get away soon.
You know where Chewy is. My
Wait,
dog died.
hell.
My dog died.
Where's Chewy? In the neighbor's garden.
My dog died. There ain't no problem with that. Things
You'll be
die.
joining him soon.
Goldfish die. It's okay. But you know what? He hasn't got anything to say.
What the one thing he was responsible for, you couldn't take care of it.
Okay. I think Derek's right. We don't want to give the Bulls any more money. We've got plenty of time for this fight. This is a great fight. Take the build-up and the hype away. This is a very important fight on the British heavyweight scene and also on the world heavyweight scene as well. All of these guys are available for one-on-ones with you today. We're going to pose now for a photo and a head-to-head, and then you guys can talk to each other, etc.